Hello, hello, my lovely Legalians. Alright, guys. Machete, pots, you know the drill. So this is going to be an interesting one. And why should it be an interesting one? Well, okay, so the champions in their pool are currently more meta. They're currently more meta. So you have a tanky top. You've got sort of a hybrid of tanky and damage with the Warwick. You've got, well, Zed is not necessarily meta, but he's still applicable. But he doesn't offer late game. I feel like this meta really wants people to get to the late game because essentially they buffed crit items, and that's why you're seeing Tristana and whatnot get ahead later in game because they build those crit items. So you have Jin here. He's designed for crit. And then finally you have Lux. So these guys are more meta. Okay. Thank you, Sona. So Draven was saying something that he was master or something, but no master is going to make decisions like that, even if he's good. But yeah, he says he's a master. Let's see how that holds up. Take another pot. Oh, that stinks. Warwick took it. That really stinks. I can't get the kill on the Malphite. He can just walk away. Alright, I'll have to kill the raptors here. Alright, so now I got 3. That Masters he was talking about? We're just gonna get him to flash. Okay. He didn't flash, but that'll allow some breathing room. But I knew that we couldn't kill Malphite. Alright, we're gonna head back. We still can't kill Malphite. Okay, so we're gonna get this item. Now we're gonna have to start tracking our Warwick here. Oh, good job, top. So me going top at that point was actually useful. Wow, because it got Malphite low enough to where Alawi could actually kill. Now Warwick is up top, so we're gonna get some wards up top. We headed this way to give them a sense that we were headed that way. We're gonna ward over here. Do it real nice and neat. This is... We only did it as far as that because I didn't know where Zed was. And also they had vision on me. From the Scuttles. Scuttles vision. Sounds like television. Scuttles vision. Now, I think our mid laner is more late game. So that'll be nice, that he's more late game. Now Warwick will look to make, like, if he's doing his camps appropriately, he's somewhere around here or here, and he's gonna make a play towards bot lane. Hopefully my wards will spot him out. Okay. There he is. So the Warwick he's got a strange pathing here. Oh, good job, man. Great work. So the Warwick has a bizarre pathing, and what that means is he's wasting time. We're just finding out where he's been and where he's gonna go. And if bottom lane decrees as good as they are decreeing, then bottom lane should be fine. I'm just gonna leave them totally alone. Okay, there's Warwick. And that's actually, like, ridiculous of him. Because he's not paying attention to his own camps. And I'm just gonna steal 2 of his camps right now. Some of that makes sense because he's going to get... He's going to get Dragon. They might get Dragon. I would think they would want to get Dragon. Yeah, they got Dragon. So now the question is Dragon worth 2 things? Is it worth top tower? Because we're about to get top... Well, we're gonna get a lot of damage off. Yeah, we're gonna get top tower. Was that Dragon worth top tower? I don't know. I don't think so. Alright, I'm able to survive. Oof. Not by much. Okay, I gotta skedaddle. Alright, I'm free. I'm free! Alright, so this game, we're gonna get this because of the Zed. We do a ton of damage. And our guys are so strong right now that we can... Oh! Almost. So we're gonna get some wards over here, some deep wards, because we deserve it, guys. We deserve some deep wards. Put a ward here. And we're gonna put a ward right there. And we're gonna get scuttles here. I'm gonna check. Okay, that is not falling anytime soon. Yeah, that'll be fine. Because I took now my ultimate's coming up. Now I'm gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Nope. Okay, me missing that's bad. Alright, that was... me missing the Q was bad. Me going so far was also bad. Malzahar did some mistakes in his abilities there. And that's gonna cost mid tower. So there's a couple of mistakes for you guys. Okay. Now we're gonna ward this side of the jungle because it's like Draven was just... wow, Draven's just going bananas. Yeah. We're gonna get a super deep ward here. Gonna put some punishment on the old Malphite. With all this vision, we can pretty much do whatever we want. Oh, now I gotta get out. Alright, now I'm screwed. Yeah, thanks, Sona. Oh. Sorry, Albert. Oh, sorry, buddy. They're just following me like crazy. I'll be fine. But I shouldn't be playing like this. It's crazy. Alright, so we're gonna get what should we be paying attention to? Who's doing the most damage? Raven with... okay, that's interesting. He's doing a lot of damage, so yeah, we're gonna get this item. Get in one pot. Okay. Okay, so the Warwick is doing a good job. But we have a lot of vision on their guys. Okay, so it's still dangerous. Okay, Ilio needs to get out. And ward that, and then we're gonna ward over here. I'm gonna take this. So now they're gonna be nervous here. It's a little risky getting close to this. All right. They need to back up. We'll make Malphite go top. That's awful dangerous for them to do that. All right, easy peasy. All right. The Draven's just gonna wail on their base. The old Dravaroo. Okay, she needs to get out. I need to head back after this so we can do a possible Baron. Oh, look at that. Next level. I don't even understand that one. Alright, so we're gonna back out. we're gonna try to secure some Baron action. Should be interesting. We're gonna get Randuin's Omen. And what is gonna be next here? Lux, do we really need to? Yeah, let's get some defense versus Lux. They're gonna be able to take our inhib. But preventing any more damage is key. Adios, pal. Okay. Now we're gonna get out. We're gonna grab some of Warwick's farm and then back out. Yeah, they should have never got into that fight. Do I need to get out because Malphite's so close by? We're gonna secure scuttles. So this game is pretty bananas. We're gonna get rid of this ward right here. Alright, get out. Now we're gonna head back. Gonna get this item. Get that item. Head back out to Baron. So at this point we need to pay attention to Baron. This guy might be screwed. A Malphite is not over there. Yeah, I'm just not gonna help him. I'm surprised that Warwick didn't try to do something there. Oh, they don't have enough damage. Yeah, they don't have enough damage, man. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. That might have been a little early. Alright, they just wasted time there. But at the second thought, we've wasted time too. I'm not able to do things in really a optimal way because of the way that we're team fighting, or the way that I feel that we have to fight. Because essentially what was going on is people were going in one by one, and there's a couple of ways to try to avoid that. Now, talking is most likely not going to work out. You see how people are kind of going one by one in here? Okay, so not the flash. Yep. So that's just a situation where you have to give up Baron, sadly. What was going on is Sona and what's his name were... They were just too far up. Not very nice. Alright, so we're gonna take care of this. But yeah, they gave up a fair amount of pressure. We're gonna try to get red right here. Not too bad. We're gonna carry top lane. Malphite, where is he going? I need to protect the tower here. Make Malphite's time worthless. Now they will get the Drake. So that means they can assault our base, our towers with more impunity. They essentially do more damage. Okay. Okay, we're gonna slow him. Okay, Malphite is going bot. This guy might be, yeah, this game's done. So this guy, let's see what's going on. Who's about to be up? Yeah, okay. We'll go back. We'll see if we can get anything done. We're gonna get that, some health. That guy. So they're actually backing away. Wow. They could have had the game. Yeah, they could have had the game. So this guy is not a challenger player. So now we have to be a little more defensive here. And where our wards go. But we also need people to be with us. Alright. They need to get out though. Yeah, they just stay around too long when they shouldn't. Alright, so Raven is done. He is donezo. He is donezo, so we're gonna get this item. So at this point, the enemy has the advantage because it's late game. The only way we're gonna win is wards. Now, if they go straight for us, that is a problem. Okay. That helps that they, were screwing around like that. Really? You just have to lead them away. But they've got this. I just don't have the damage to, all I can do is lead them away. Okay, that's game. So the Draven was not a challenger player. In fact, it was difficult to make successful plays around most of the team because what was going on was a lot of people fighting 1v1. Like a lot of that. Like Ilioi is ridiculous. Like she has the early game, but none of these guys have any concept of mid to late game. None of these guys. That's really something else. So we'll give some consideration. We'll give some consideration for Sona because she saved us that one time. We're demoted. Wow. Okay. So we went 4-2-0. Not horrible. Not great. The other team, they were definitely try hard, but they wanted to win. They had the late game. As far as the late game goes, the further it goes into late game, the harder it is for our team. So it's like this. When you pick, it's like there's a good combination that is the highest priority of winning. If you had laners, like top laners, I would say top laner, you choose a top laner that is late game, that will be a high percentage of win in the end. If you pick a jungler that is Strong early game. And then as far as late game goes, bot lane, late game. And then mid is a little more flexible. I think you can go early harass. You can have a strong champion early game, or you can go late game, depending on skill levels and all this other stuff. But top lane should be like a late game champion. And because Ilioi is strong early, but late, she's useless. That's one of the reasons why we couldn't do anything. But it really had to do with positioning. People kept going about midway and then just dying. It's a sad state of affairs. So I got Malphite killed by the top laner by doing some damage to Malphite. Sadly, it's really hard to kill Malphite early on unless you macro immaculately. And I did pretty good, but Ilioi just doesn't have the damage to just outright kill. Like maybe Riven has the ability to flip stun, whatever. But we did not have that capacity. The Draven said he was challenger. But if that's what challenger players are, that's pretty sad. He was like, he's strong early, but then he starts falling off, and he's not a champion of this meta. And as you can see, he was getting so far up there with his capacity, but once it entered late game, he couldn't do anything about it. Like, things went poorly for him. And if he plays challenger, that's pretty sad if he's doing that stuff. But you can play challenger and still be a goofball. I mean, he had skills to where he knew his champion. He could be a challenger one trick or something, but he didn't respect the flow of the game. He didn't respect that we weren't getting ahead quick enough because too many times people were sticking their head out. Like, imagine you have like there's a possibility that something might happen to you. That could be bad. There's a possibility. So you stick your head out. You stick your head out and say, is there anything good out here or anything bad? The possibility of something bad happening to you being overwhelming over the good, especially when you're one person, two people, why would you do it? Why would you stick your head out? Oh, is there anything bad out here? Oh, if there is, I've got no head. Or if there isn't, nothing happened. So our teammates continually made that mistake. And it's pretty horrific. But that's fine. It's fine that Riot's system can bump a platinum player all the way down to gold 4. Yeah. But you're gonna but that's the variety of people that are on League. You've got good players that jump on silver or gold because they're not climbing or they can't figure something out themselves in their own elo, or they're not having fun. They feel that going to lower elo, I guess, elevates them because they have the experience, but they don't teach. Like, you can have the experience, and if you don't teach people, then what are you doing? You're just being a horse's ass. So let's see. The Zed played well. There was a incidents in the mid area where he didn't get a kill on me. He misread his own damage, and he went full damage, which is pretty much how you want to play Zed, with a little defense with something like Hex Drinker, and a little health from Black Cleaver. But you've got a lot of assassination ability, and that's the way you play Zed. The Lux was picking up steam, and this is another issue too. Further along a support like Lux gets, and you're looking for some devastation going on. So I made the prediction I had early on that this team, if brought to late game, would destroy us, and it did. Our issue was the early to mid game. If we couldn't win that, it would have been, you know, just a pathetic fight after pathetic fight, especially with a Malphite. Like, Malphite is such a great initiate. So yeah, when you guys are thinking about how to build your team composition, think about this. The perfect composition that I found for the highest probability of winning is jungler should be high. The jungler should be high impact early game. Top laner should be high impact late game. Bottom should be high impact late game. And mid could go either way. But right now, with the items, buffs to items like Infinity Edge, the champions that are going to get ahead are the champions that utilize the crit items. Draven does not utilize the crit items in the same way as other champions do. Meaning he sucks right now. It's like this. So the crit item will still do damage. But Draven's kill potential lies in the early game. But the items that you used to build for Draven were earlier. With an item that's buffed, like Infinity Edge, you have to spend so much gold. By the time you spend that much gold and you get that boost, it's already mid-game. So you're getting to the point where Draven is starting to fall off, and fall off big time. So instead of having a late-game monster, you have a mediocre early game, a mediocre mid, and a lousy finality, a lousy late game. But that's just because of how items, when they're buffed, certain champions can utilize them better than others. And Draven, sadly, is not within that mix, as far as I understand. He can still do damage, but he's meant to be an early game champion. And if they buff crit items, that means Riot intends the game to last longer with the champions that utilize crit. All right, guys, we're gonna do a little item. Well, we already done a little itemization, but we'll continue doing more. This is a great item. The stone plate is a great item on Malphite. This Moral Economicon is a horrible item on Malphite. It's going to do a little ability power, meaning he's going to do a little more damage with his ultimate. But this is a big no-no, even if you are ahead. It's a silly item. That's all that is. Jhin, he's got his critical hit build and some extra coming from the rapid fire cannon. This is an excellent build, and this is Last Whisper to deal with me tanky, the Ilioi tanky. The Sona is actually fairly tanky. So this is definitely an item that is going to earn its right. The Warwick, he's got a combination of offensive. Like I said, he's a hybrid tank with Tiamat. Now with him, I think it was the right thing to do to stop at Tiamat and go for more defensive items. That's on the side of caution. You could have also upgraded this to Hydra. I would say you could do this. You could go Hydra next, and then do your Dead Man's Plate, and then work on Magic Resistant later on. But it's depending on how you play. This is perfectly fine. This just means he's tankier, which is good. So that's fine. His build works, and it's probably the way you should go. The Draven, now, again, he's got to get Infinity Edge because of the buffs. He's got another critical strike item, and he's got Bloodthirster. And look at the prices of these items. These are expensive items. And like I said, Draven is an early game champion, and if you are forced to make expensive purchases, you're going to find yourself in the mid to late game, where Draven has to be more careful. And he wasn't. He was going up top all by himself. And I don't care if you're challenger or whatever, you're not going to survive by going all by yourself. Not to mention that it's all these tanks and Lux combined. How can you... You'd have to have full items. You'd have the ability to get out of a bind. It's madness. And then now the Malzahar, I think he did a good job because he has Liandry's Torment. That's going to allow him to do a good amount of damage. It's going to give him that magic penetration as the passive, and it also has health. So he's been dying a lot, 9 deaths in this game, and him getting HP item, including this item, is going to prolong his life. But as the game went into mid to late, saw that he just couldn't be effective in any way. Our Sona tried to get a boost with Sheen damage for the early game. I think that's fine as long as what they were doing, what would work, pushing the early game. But getting Frozen Heart is a good thing because later on things got more difficult. Sorcerer's Shoes, maybe she could have gotten something else. I'm not sure. Maybe that would have been best for the situation as far as early game goes. Because the way that I see it, she got Eye of the Watchers, got a Sheen, she got Boots and upgraded Sorcerers. And when things push to the late game, she got a defensive item. So if it worked out like that, then that's fine. Then Ilioi's build is fine. But sadly, you can't 1v5 people, not the way that they have it on YouTube, whether that's staged or not. Where you just pull someone else's soul and you have all these people and you group and you kill them all. Illioi might have been a little more effective later on, but I know that after she was released, she had some kind of buff, or she had some kind of nerf, where the ability to take on 5 people at once was reduced, or something like that. But then she might have gotten a buff a little later on that increases her W so she can smack tentacles. Oh no, I think I remember the nerf. The nerf was the tentacles didn't last as long. Her ultimate, where all the tentacles pop up, it lasts a much shorter period of time. I think that's the nerf. So you can't be slapping people all day. You can only slap people for, I don't know, like 10 seconds or something. Maybe not even that. And then for me, Randuin's Omen, this to do with the Lux. Singa's Lux was a support, but she did a fair amount of damage. You could go either way on whether this is an optimal item, because most of my damage came from the Jhin. And lastly, I was building into Deadman's. Then the Ninja Tabi to again protect me from the person who's doing the most damage to me, which is Jhin. So yeah, I could probably have gone Deadman's Plate a little earlier than going the more the Memorious, because really Lux support isn't a huge threat. Because essentially Lux support just wants to bind me, and then who's gonna do the most damage after I'm bound? It's gonna be Jhin, or it's gonna be Zed, or it's gonna be Zed. All right, guys. So I think we learned a fair lot this game. You're not gonna win every match, but I'm not here to win every match. I would like to win matches, but I'm here to try to put a little entertainment out there, put a little talk behind my belt, like get better at explaining things. And as far as it goes in game, it can be challenging to realize what's going on and actually say something in the moment. So I'm trying to improve that. What I should have told my teammates is stop going on your own. Like, you have to word it just right too, otherwise people can kind of blow their stack. So it's like, what words do you use? Don't go halfway past the map, or don't go past this point and then you want to ping a certain area, or simply ping to get away. Some, you know, in a lot of cases I feel like a ping is not good enough, but higher elo you go, I hear that is all that people do is the ping. So maybe I should give away, you know, give away my ego and say just ping, you know, just tell people to get out, and that's all you can do. Maybe I need to adapt to that. I'm going to physically try to adapt. I'm going to purposely try to adapt to pings only. So it's like you have so many pings and you don't want to ping so many times that it becomes redundant, but you want to ping like maybe in like slow succession if they're not getting the idea. So I'm going to try to do that for the future. Just pings. The letters on my keyboard, they don't exist except for the W and the Q. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. We're going to move up eventually. Let's hope. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Hi-yo.